Hey GQ, we are BTS!
Today we are going on the cover on the internet.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the JIKOOK Moments channel. Have you ever noticed that sometimes the smallest things can say far more than words ever could? In BTS's latest interview with GQ Korea, all 7 members sat together once again. They laughed, joked around, and answered questions from the internet. At first glance, everything looked like a typical relaxed interview. But for attentive fans, something else quietly stood out. A glance, a spontaneous reaction, and small moments that kept happening between Jimin and Jungkook. Even though they were seated on opposite sides of the room, Jungkook's attention seemed to return to the same direction again and again. And Jimin always seemed to notice. Was it just coincidence? Or was there something more behind those simple moments? Let's take a closer look. The interview begins with a lively atmosphere. All 7 members sit together comfortably, smiling as if they had never spent time apart. Hello GQ, we're BTS. Today we're going undercover on the internet. The greeting is simple, but the energy that follows feels warm and natural. The members joke with each other, interrupt one another mid-sentence, and laugh easily like a group of friends who know each other too well. The first question appears: what do they like most about being together again as a group? Most members answer in a similar way. Whenever all 7 of them gather, the atmosphere becomes lively. There's always noise, stories, and laughter filling the room. In the middle of the conversation, Jungkook answers casually, "It's fun." A very simple sentence. But the moment he says it, something small happens. Jimin immediately reacts. He turns toward Jungkook quickly, his expression attentive, as if the words carry more meaning than just a casual response. The other members continue talking, agreeing that whenever they are together, the energy feels completely different. Jungkook repeats again with a soft smile. "It's really fun." His expression looks so sincere that several members begin laughing. Jimin laughs too, almost as if Jungkook's reaction itself is what makes him smile. The conversation then shifts to a lighter topic. A question appears: have they ever sent mirror selfies of their latest looks to the BTS group chat? The members burst into laughter. They joke that if they really did that, they would spend all their time admiring each other's photos. In reality, the group chat is much more chaotic. Instead of stylish selfies, they often send embarrassing photos of each other, strange memes, or random funny pictures from the internet. Among them, Kim Taehyung is known for sending the most selfies. He even admits he often sends videos as well. The conversation remains playful, but small details continue appearing. Even though they sit on opposite sides of the room, Jimin can be seen glancing toward Jungkook several times. It's subtle, almost easy to miss, but the camera catches it. The next question leads them to a slightly more serious topic. Have they ever disagreed about a BTS comeback concept? Some of the ideas from the past sound quite extreme. One suggestion was shaving their hair, which immediately makes the members laugh as they remember it. There were also ideas about a royal concept and even a dramatic military theme. Then a deeper question appears. What kind of legacy does BTS want to leave in the world of music? The room becomes quieter. Kim Seokjin answers sincerely. He says he hopes to be remembered as someone who, through BTS, helped create beautiful memories and brought happiness to many people. His answer makes the atmosphere thoughtful. Still, the members agree it may be too early to talk about their legacy. Their journey is far from over. At that moment, Jungkook adds something. "We haven't even had our comeback yet." As he says this, he turns his head toward Jimin. Almost instantly, Jimin turns back. Their eyes meet for a brief second. No dramatic reaction. No extra words. But the moment feels meaningful. The conversation continues toward the future. Jimin says optimistically that they are still young and still have a bright future ahead of them. When he hears that, Jungkook smiles softly, as if he completely agrees. The next topic is about BTS's favorite music videos. Some members mention On, while others talk about Not Today, Run, and Butterfly. When Dynamite is mentioned, someone points out that the music video has around 2 billion views. Jungkook's eyes widen immediately, clearly surprised by the number. They then begin talking about BTS's visual styles from the past. Some members admit that when they look back, certain concepts now feel a bit extreme: bright colors, dramatic styling, and bold experiments. But today, they feel their style might become more natural and mature. While Yoongi explains this thoughtfully, Jimin listens attentively. Meanwhile, Jungkook can be seen turning toward Jimin more than once, as if his attention naturally keeps returning there. Another question is directed to Namjoon. Does he think Jungkook's vocal range has changed? RM answers that Jungkook's range has improved significantly, especially in higher notes. Then he jokingly adds something. And most of that is because of Jimin. The room immediately fills with laughter. Jimin jokingly replies, "This is your fault." The conversation jumps to a random topic: listening to music in the shower. Some members say they don't do it. Jungkook nods in agreement. But the moment Jimin begins talking about it, Jungkook once again turns toward him. It's another small detail that quietly repeats itself throughout the interview. The discussion continues with light topics: singing habits, funny sounds in the shower, and music playlists. They also talk about Yoongi's hairstyle. He reveals he grew his hair longer because his mother prefers it that way. Later, the conversation shifts to the time after they completed their military service. After finishing their service, they went to Los Angeles to begin working on a new album with a fresh mindset. Jungkook admits he really enjoyed his time there. Jimin jokingly asks, "So you want to go back there?" The conversation flows naturally, from dance challenges to snoring habits and even their solo tour experiences. When a question about Jimin's best photo appears, several members mention pictures from his solo album and his appearance at the Dior event. Jimin then brings up a memorable moment. "There's also a mini version of me at the Dior event," he says with a smile. He is referring to the miniature figure created by fans online. Jungkook immediately remembers, "Oh right, they were really cute." His tone sounds sincere, as if he truly appreciates the fans' creativity. As the topic comes up, he once again looks toward Jimin with a small smile. They also mention an old meme well known among ARMY. "You got no jams?" The room fills with laughter once again. Finally, the last question appears. What would they do if, for 1 week, the world didn't know who BTS was? Some members say they would go to the cinema, amusement parks, or crowded restaurants like ordinary people. Interestingly, Jimin reveals that he actually went to the cinema just 2 days earlier. Hearing that, Jungkook reacts with visible surprise. And just like that, the interview comes to an end. We're BTS and we're now logging out of the internet. Thank you for watching. The video ends simply. But for many viewers, what leaves the strongest impression isn't only their answers. It's the moments in between. The repeated glances. The spontaneous reactions. The attention that always seems to return to the same direction. Small details that quietly suggest something familiar to many fans. Even in a room shared by 7 people, there always seem to be 2 people who unconsciously find each other. What do you think? Did you notice these moments while watching the interview? Write your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any other interesting JIKOOK moments here on this channel. See you in the next video on JIKOOK Moments.